And so next, it's a little different than what we normally have going on, because we have somebody coming out to do some spoken word for you. So if we could, right? That's really rad. And what I love about this is that this is a space for folks' voice and for their performance and for their truth, right? And for your truth. And so right now, if you can help me create this space for us to be able to hear, that would be rad. Please welcome Lance to the stage.
Thank you. So I'm Lance. I'm 18 years old, and I'm gonna do some spoken word for y'all. This first poem is called "I Am They, Them, and Theirs." She was a birthright, while he was my rebellion. She was always there when my biology teacher called me miss, and he showed up the first time I wore a suit. But she was never there when my sister talked about him, how proud she was of her brother, and he left the room at the sound of her name, and every time my mother called me her daughter. My dad continues to talk to her, about her, as if she is me, but Dad, I have not been her in a very long time. My mother never met him, and probably never will, because he was just a phase, while she has been there from the beginning, but left the first time I bound my chest, and he has been missing since I gave up on the idea that wearing a dress makes you less of a man. I have discovered that I didn't have to choose. I could be both, because when he said goodbye, and she finally let go of my hand, I was free. Thank you. This next poem is called Back in Sophomore Year. I walk into the classroom, legs unshaved under my bubblegum skirt. Across the room sat a boy, and as I twirl, he looks at me, and he sees feminine, he sees sparkle, he sees pink-colored cloth, he sees me a woman. Long lashes, luscious lips, curved hips. He sees himself an author, writing his own conclusion to my story, wants to put his pencil to my page and rewrite everything about me. And in his chicken-scratch language, I'm not a boy, not a man, not worthy of being treated as either. To him, I'm not meant to receive more respect than he thinks a woman deserves. But I know better. I have found sweet, safe spaces where people treat me as more than just my parts. I am happy with who I am, despite and in spite of him. But when people call me girl, call me woman, call me she, it stays. And the misses and ma'ams pile up and up and up until I'm drowning in them. That boy did not ask what pronouns I use. He just did what everyone else does. He thought he knew the ending before even reading the beginning. But if he had asked, I would have said, I use they, them, and theirs pronouns. You should try not assuming someone's gender sometime. You might like it. All right, this last poem is called Dear Mackenzie. Dear Mackenzie, I know I shortened you by a few letters and now refuse to come when you are spoken, but that does not give you the right to keep coming back here acting like you're the victim. If anyone here is, it's me. You made me feel so unworthy, like I didn't belong in my own body. Every morning, 6 a.m., school doesn't start for 2 hours, but you needed extra time, squeezing and contorting my body into too tight shirts. After stuffing toilet paper into push-up bras, I'd look at you and wonder, are they big enough now? Will boys notice me now? Are you satisfied now? I'd sit in the shower for what felt like hours till the water ran cold. You struck a razor to my legs and scraped them till my skin was naked. You promised you would make me feel pretty, would make me feel less alone. You told me blend in instead of come out, reminded me, whispered in my ear, don't forget your mascara. Don't forget to wear that skirt. Don't forget to wear that dress. Don't forget to shave. Don't forget, don't forget, don't forget. Just be like the rest of the girls, baby. Don't you want to feel loved? I have tried ignoring you, but you've managed to slip through the cracks like weeds between sidewalk tiles. You found new ways to hurt me. I see your name on standardized tests and cringe. I hear your name and quiver. I see you in old photos. And I cry. But do not be fooled. That's just a reflex. These convulsions don't mean anything. This body is mine and only mine. It might still have your waist, your hips, your uterus, your vagina, your breasts. Those are just pieces of me. They don't mean you own the whole puzzle. I think you should go. You are no longer needed nor wanted. Come to think of it, you never were. You were just a mistake. So please, go. Sincerely, Lance. P.S. I'm sorry for what I said and yelling at you to go. You should stay. I'll go instead. But I want to leave on good terms with you. I want you to know that you were and always will be beautiful, no matter what anyone says. And you were loved, no matter how many seem to hate you, including me. And Mackenzie, you were not a mistake. Love, Lance. Thank you.